Hello and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
My name is Will.
And today, for the second time, first of all, the recording that we actually recorded of this the first time, you won't get to hear because some technical difficulties happened. Yeah.
Crashing and burning. I don't know what happened.
we don't know what happened, but we're going to give it to you for a second time. And hope for the best. Hope that you actually get to hear this episode. But before we actually get into the show and get into the long laundry list of shit that we got to talk about, because we've been going for a minute, I would just like to remind all the people that you can find us at linktr.ee/Tribunal of the Grid. It has all of our links there. I feel like we haven't done a PSA in quite a while. So, for the people who don't know, that's where you can find us. You can find all of our personal links, our SoundCloud, our YouTube, and all the things. You can just listen and get your life. I will preface this by saying we are a podcast, specifically a journalistic entertainment podcast. The things that we report are things that we see on social media, and we also do research to see the validity of what it is. Now, when I reported said thing, there seemed to be a lot of confusion. There seemed to be a lot of animosity. There seemed to be a lot of surprise. There seemed to be a lot of, you're wrong, that's not true. And I get it was shocking. I get it was surprising. But I am only reporting what the people already were reporting. And then I went and I did my own research and saw that, other people that were connected to this person also verified it. I am talking about the death of, unfortunately, T.J. Roberts, who played the Masked Rider. Now, for the people in the back, if you did, I turned the comments off on the post. Specifically, not because I was getting dragged, but because to me, it was no longer about the fact that this man is no longer may possibly the potential, the very real potential that this man is no longer here with us. We have no idea how he could have passed or anything like that. But the potential of this man's passing was no longer the point. It's now become almost kind of like a murder mystery witch hunt, almost, of like, I need to find information. I need to find this. Oh, I went to this website and this and this. And it's like, yo, if a friend of his commented on it, someone saying that that's his father, we don't know. First of all, people are like, that's not his father. First of all, parents and children have different last names all the time. I have people in my family whose last names differ than mine, who are actually like very close to me. Like, so it happens. I have people in my family, literally one of my uncles, his last name is different than his daughter's. Plain and simple. Like, it happens all the time. So to sit there and say, well, that's not his father because they don't have the same last name. You don't know anything about these people.
Well,
so that's not a good argument to lean on to try to say that this person isn't no longer here.
Well, for sure. And also people do have stage names. And some people do legally change their names.
People legally change their names.
There's all kinds of reasons. Like,
all kinds.
I, for one, definitely don't have the same last name as my dad. And my sister and I, we're related to her dad, but she has her mom's last name. We don't have the same last name either. So it's not uncommon.
It's not uncommon.
when people get married, they also change their names
They
too.
changed their names too.
Like, it's not that. And I know
It's
some people are
not
like,
uncommon.
the women always know. So there are some cases where the men do also change their name because some people just prefer that way. I don't know. It's up to them. Not my business.
Exactly. Exactly. And
And,
that lies my point. And then it's just like once again, and I'm holding space. I really am. Even though it sounds like I'm going for the jugular, I truly am holding space because once again, I preface this by saying I understand it is shocking because we ain't heard from this man in decades, like
right, right.
years. We ain't heard from this man, and the only time that we actually hear from him is the fact to find out that he might be dead. That's crazy.
That's that's what I was gonna say. Like he hasn't really been a public figure in a very long time. According to his IMDb, I believe he did something maybe like 2017, maybe. But like we didn't know about it. We haven't heard from him in years. So like, how are you to argue this, and why are you so like kind of like aggressive about it? I mean, what?
Right.
I
It's, it-
hmm.
it's like everybody's all of a sudden becoming like these private eyes, and it's like, well, I'm gonna reach out to this person, and I'm gonna. It's like, yo, like if you weren't checking for this man before,
Hmm.
why all of a
Hmm.
sudden you care now?
Well,
You feel
that
me?
and that, and also, you know what? If you choose to do your own research, by all means, but you don't have to report to us or report to anyone that you're gonna do your own
Right.
research. Like, feel free to do your own research.
Feel
You know why?
free.
Like, it's it's freedom of speech, okay, first of all, and the internet exists for everybody.
For everybody. The
Everybody.
same way that I did the research to find out that a friend of his that literally you can look for it yourself. Like he literally has pictures with this person who literally was like they posted a status on Facebook and was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that it's been that long since my friend has been going." And they were talking about him. So it's obvious that it could be the case where this man might have died and nobody didn't know because he was so private. Like, I need for people to understand not every actor lives their life in the limelight. And that's what I think that I feel like is a great rule of thumb for people to understand that just because, oh my gosh, this person is my hero, or this person was a part of my childhood, or this person is an actor, or whatever, they still are afforded the same privacy that you have just because you're not an actor that you don't have. They still are afforded the same privacy. If they want to live their lives not in the limelight, they have every opportunity and every right to do so. You don't get the right to try to dictate how someone lives their life just because they choose to be a performer. You don't get to do that. And I think that a lot of times, and I've said this before on this platform, probably years ago, but I'm gonna reiterate it. I think that a lot of times a lot of fans can't get through their heads that their favorite actors are people in real life. Like they're
Hmm.
not the same characters that they play on the show. These people have their own lives, they have their own demons, as we have learned. They have so many things that they're going through because they're human. They're human beings. So trying to sit here and trying to be like, oh, this person needs this person this person that. Oh, it's like, yo, let these people live. If they don't want to be in the limelight, they don't want to be. And that's okay. And that's okay. So if this man decided that he wanted to be private and live a private life, that was fine. That was fine. It is unfortunate that we didn't know and we didn't find out until years later. It is unfortunate.
And honestly, too, if I'm being honest with you guys, I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that may have passed you probably don't even know about. Like I'm talking about like
Right.
old classmates, people like you may even pass
Hmm.
on the street. Like this is, I don't know. It's just like it's just so crazy that we're making such. Well, I'm not saying we as in like us as a group, but us as a community are making such a big deal over something. All we have to do is mourn them, and rest in, may they rest in peace, and just move on.
And
We
move
don't know
on.
them. We don't know them. They don't expect anything from us, and vice versa.
Right, exactly. And it's like it's okay to, to remember them and appreciate what they did and stuff like that. But it's the all of a sudden and of course, and once again, I'm not trying to dictate anybody on how they mourn or how they care about the people that were affluent to their lives. I'm not here to dictate that. But what I will say is the overperformance of things is where it gets gross. Because I can understand, you know what I'm saying? This person, was a part of your childhood and this person did this person did that. But and this once again, this is no shade. And I want to preface that. I really do want to preface that. This is no shade and this is not me trying to be rude. But as many Power Rangers things that I've seen when JDF passed away, that made perfect sense. This is a Power Rangers community. So, of course, it was going to send shockwaves through it, right? Even with VR Troopers reemerging, people really are just now getting back into it. And VR Troopers was right around the same era. People are literally now getting back to it, even though Michael Bacon and what's the baby
Sarah
name?
Brown.
No, not Sarah Brown. The leader. Oh my gosh.
I'm
blanking.
Brad Hawkins.
Brad Hawkins. I should know this because he was a Gold Ranger. But case in point, Brad Hawkins was the Gold Ranger in Zeo. He was the voice of Trey.
And yet no one knew.
And not only that, but people weren't really fucking with him when he was on VR Troopers. Mm-hmm. That was his start.
Mm-hmm.
People mainly know Brad Hawkins for being the voice of the Gold Ranger. They can care. They literally before VR Troopers got his reemergence due to the comics, especially. People weren't fucking with him with being Ryan Steele in VR Troopers. People didn't care. So I say that to say it's this almost the same scenario with Masked Rider. Nobody wasn't really checking for Masked Rider like that. Power Rangers has always been in the forefront.
They had some of the cast members at a convention like years ago, and I think that was like the only convention that they did. And he wasn't even there.
And he wasn't there. And that's my point. Is that literally like it wasn't that kind of show to be like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It wasn't that. So it's very easy for these people to slip into obscurity. It's very easy. If you're not constantly, if this show is not constantly at the forefront of anybody's mind, like Power Rangers is in this community, obviously these people are going to slip in the wayside. And that's what happened. And that's okay. I need for people to be okay with recognizing the fact that there may be chances where you may forget about certain things and you may forget about people. That is okay. Do not feel like, oh my gosh, oh, I'm such a terrible person because I forgot that this person existed. Life is life and for everybody. Life is literally life and for everybody. Life goes on. And it just really boggles my mind that everybody just all of a sudden just was like, oh my gosh, now all of a sudden I feel like I need to care. I feel like I need to overly emote. I feel like I need to care. And it's like, no, it's okay. It's okay that you forgot him. It's okay. And I hate to say it like that because I know that like obviously someone is going to take it wrong. Obviously, like it is what it is. But I just feel like people just really just need to just take a breath, take a moment, go outside, seriously, go outside and touch some grass. It's okay. It is seriously okay. But at the same time, if you do feel like I need to say something or I need to, to say in memory of or do some type of in memorandum or something, do that. Do whatever you feel you need to do, but just stop making it seem like this person was always at the forefront of your mind and you always like, oh my God, I always love this character. No, like stop. Like you don't have to overperform the fact that you care. That's really the crux of my point. You really don't have to overperform it. It's okay. Because I'm not gonna hold you. Like the only person that I know who is like literally a masked writer, like fan, like a masked writer, like literally like a stan of masked writer, is Seamus from No Pink Spandex. He is the only person I know that literally is like a masked writer guru. Anybody else, I'm like, yo, I like, and I'm not saying that y'all are that nobody likes the show. I'm just saying I personally don't know anybody that is like that big of a fan except for him. And it's like, okay, cool, and that's fine. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say to that. So once again, may he rest in paradise if he has passed and moved on. May he rest, because this world, it's a lot. It's a lot. A lot is going on, and this man is now free. Let him be free, and may he live and run with the ancestors, child. Moving right along into the next part of the conversation, because I told you it was gonna be a little deep, but we now the rest of the stuff is lighter. Right? So finally, speaking of VR Troopers, finally VR Troopers is on Tubi. Finally, so it took them forever. Like when I tell you, I got so angry because I was constantly emailing. I have the emails to prove it. I was constantly emailing Tubi. So when are y'all going to bring this show out? Because when they said that they were going to release it, I'm sitting here waiting because I done already put my neck out there. I done put the podcast neck out there. Like the girlie said that VR Troopers was going to be on Tubi, honey. And when it didn't come out, the people were like, so it's not there. It's not on Tubi, honey. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Let me check for myself. And so I went and I checked, and it wasn't there. And I'm like, now hold on. Y'all playing with me. Y'all playing because y'all said that it was going to be here and it's not. So I'm emailing. I got back a response, them being like, "Oh, we trying to figure some things out." I'm not really like that's not exactly what they said, but basically that's what they were saying. They were just like, "Oh, we're trying to figure some things out. Like we're working on it as fast as we can." I'm like, don't say that something is going to be released and it's not. Because now it makes me look crazy. As the person that's reporting this news, it makes me look crazy. So I need y'all not to do that. But yes, now Tubi finally has VR Troopers on there. You are more than welcome to go and view it and get your life. It did hit Roku TV first.
Mm-hmm.
That it did. It did hit Roku TV first. Roku TV has all the things, honey. It has Big Bad Beetleborgs. It has all the seasons of Power Rangers except for Dino Fury, I believe. But I think it has all the seasons of Power Rangers. And it also has VR Troopers as well. I'm waiting on them to bring Mystic Knights of Tianog. If you're really being technical, I'm waiting for that. Like when somebody released that on the streaming platform, oh bitch, I'm never leaving the house. I'm never leaving the house. But yes, VR Troopers is available, so go check it out at your leisure. Let's see here. Oh yeah, and also VR Troopers issue 1 is out. Has anyone read it? I haven't read it yet. Have anybody read it?
I
Most
have.
definitely not.
Ah!
And this is not shady. It's just that
You
I'm
sure?
yes, because I'm the last girly to read anything. And I only read it when we have to talk about it. I'm like, right, I gotta read that. I gotta read that.
Girl, you sure you weren't being shady?
I'm
Girl.
sure. I'm not being shady. I really am not. Like, I don't know why, but I don't have self motivation to go read comics. But I am working on it. I am working on it. We're gonna slowly get there.
Oh
Maybe
my
not today,
goodness.
maybe not tomorrow,
Oh
but
my
it will.
God, today.
But it will happen.
But it will happen. Okay. What about you, Will? You read it?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. And how did you enjoy it? What did you think?
It was all right. I'm looking forward to seeing where they're gonna go. I I was thinking that you said you have not read it, right?
No.
Okay. So there's like a mystery of who I guess the big bad is going to be because they're cloaked. And I was thinking it was going to be somebody that we all love in the Power Ranger comics, but then there were other people that were thinking that it was going to be somebody else. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to the second issue because I like the characters as we've seen in Prime, and now JB and Caitlin actually get a little bit more to do since this is their comic too. So I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Yeah, because I will say in Prime, um, JB and Caitlin kind of seem just there because it's
Mm-hmm.
mainly more so a Ryan story, which is okay
Mm-hmm.
because that's how it was in the TV show. No shade, no shade. Like that is the truth.
I mean,
Like it,
true, but I think
it
that
really
they
was
got
Ryan's
more.
show.
They got more than what they're getting in Prime.
Mm, I mean, that's subjective.
Like Caitlyn actually had focus episodes. Honestly, JB really didn't have that much to work with.
I mean, yes. Okay. I will agree with that. I will agree with that. But ooh, child, Caitlyn ain't had much. Like Caitlyn ain't had much. I mean, she had some focus episodes, but it really does give like it wasn't. I wouldn't say there was so much focus. I feel like her episodes were mainly more so just kind of they were there because she was basically the person of interest out of convenience. Because as her being the reporter, it was like she was normally investigating things that mainly were actually plots to get rid of VR troopers, particularly Ryan Steele. But she was just the person to get caught up first because footage called for it. And normally a
Mm.
lot of times she was always captured because the footage that was needed was either a Ryan Steele fight scene or a JB fight scene where they didn't have her Japanese character involved. Technically, okay, so a little bit about the shows. VR Troopers is literally a combination of two different Metal Heroes Japanese shows. So you had I'm gonna butcher these names so bad, so go with me. Metalder, Metalder, I think that's how you pronounce it. Which what I did not know is actually a spinoff of Kikaider, or like I guess like a something that's similar to Kikaider, which is also a Japanese show. Which basically is about an android who basically has the ability to actually instead turn human. So he has like this form. He has this robotic form, and then he can literally turn human and use his human ability as a disguise. So it's almost the opposite. So he's not becoming the hero. He's already the hero becoming human, so that he can phase through society. So Metalder is almost the same thing. And I believe Grimlord is the villain of Metalder. And then you have Spellman, which is JB, and Caitlyn's show. That's where they get their footage from. And in Spellman, Lady Diana, which is Caitlyn, Lady Diana is like his sidekick. And a lot of times Lady Diana is kind of like the damsel in distress. So she never really kills any monsters by herself.
Yeah.
Like, even in the show, she never kills any monster by herself. It is always Spellman who kills the monsters.
I remember watching, and they gave her American footage where she still didn't kill anybody, but it was kind of like a showcase of her because she doesn't really have, like you said, really any of them in the Japanese footage. But it was so funny looking at that American footage because those suits are so bulky. Like I literally looked like some honestly like some teenagers made those suits and they were doing one of those old YouTube fight choreography videos like back from like 15 years ago. But
they look
those
terrible.
were better. Those were better than what they actually showed on that show. That was crazy.
Like, they look crazy. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, actually, Caitlyn is so funny. Caitlyn was actually more formidable in the well, actually all of them were. They were a lot more formidable when they were doing Battle Grid Alert. And when they had the everybody was rocking the Red Ranger Tyrannosaurus helmet that was just repainted. You know, and little did you all know, I'm pretty sure everybody knew, but those were the Japanese stuntmen from Power Rangers. Like, it's crazy obvious, but like those were all stuntmen from Power Rangers. So, because immediately, if you look at Caitlyn, her stunt double is literally the stunt double who was the stunt for Aisha and all the girls in Power Rangers. So that's a little tidbit for everybody. But anyway, so yeah, in Spellman, Caitlyn's character, Lady Diana, never defeats any monsters. And then literally another character pops up named Helen, or Helena, or something like that. She pops up, and she's actually a whole separate character altogether. And she has the boomerang scythe weapon. So that's why every time Caitlyn does Caitlyn double team, there's two of her, but one of her has a scythe weapon and the other one has a gun. The gun one is Lady Diana. The other one is the Helene girl, or the Helen girl. So they're actually two separate characters, but to use the footage, they made her basically have like, it's two copies of herself. Like, it's a copy of herself. So yeah, like, that's a little education about VR Troopers. But anyway, I say all of that to say, like, it's very interesting that now VR Troopers is actually getting the things that they've always deserved. Because I always felt like VR Troopers was a good show. I really did. I liked the show. And I always liked the fact that they seemed a little more mature than the Power Rangers, because I always appreciated Caitlyn shooting the Skugs in the head versus like shooting them in the chest. I'm like, yes, shooting them in the head, absolutely. You know, so yeah, I just always found that very interesting. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the comic. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm definitely going to check it out because I need to see more. Speaking of comics, Power Rangers Prime issue 8. How far are you in Power Rangers Prime?
I'm all caught up.
I need to catch up. Don't tell me nothing. I need to catch up. Okay, wonderful. Because I was going to say, we might need to do an episode where we, talk about the comics a little more, get back on track. Because I'm definitely interested in what is given. I have seen some spoilers already. So I'm definitely very interested in what they're going to do with the comic thus far. I'm very interested. And then let's see, what else are we going to talk about? Oh, also, My Morphin Power Rangers Reader Rewind. That is also out. Has anybody read that? No, I know you didn't, but Will, have you read that too?
Oh, it didn't come out yet.
Oh, it ain't came out yet?
It comes out in August.
Oh, in August. Yes. That's right.
So none of us have read it.
None of us have read it. But Lena, will you be reading?
Okay, we'll work on that too. Oh my goodness.
No, but no. So, so based on the
Oh my
reports
goodness.
that we reported, hit video game Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rewind one-shot tie-in comic is coming this August. Written by Zoe Tunnel, Godzilla Valentine's Day Special, and illustrated Tango, Endless Summer, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Saturday Morning Adventures, comes a tie-in story for last year's console game, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, which will see Robo Rita teaming up with 1990s Rita Repulsa to take out the OG Power Rangers team. Much to Rita's surprise, the once and always team, Zack, Billy, Cat, Rocky, and Min, comes from the future to help even the playing field. It is written by Zoe Tono, illustrated by Tango, and the cover artist also by Tango. All right.
Don't you like how I did much to the Rita's surprise? Rita's plural for both.
Yeah, I was trying to fill in the gaps because I was like, what the hell did he just write? But you know what? It's okay because we figured it out. We figured it out on the slide. We figured it out. But thoughts, like, what do you think? Because I mean, I love the fact that they're incorporating men. I really do. I love that.
That was probably my favorite thing about it. So I played the game. I haven't beat it yet, but I remember talking about the game on Ranger Board, and somebody had brought up the fact that the Rangers that we see at the beginning of the game are actually the once and always team. And then as you're playing, I guess as you get a little bit further, you actually get to see the 90s team. So this will be cool to actually see them interact. That's going to be like the synopsis made it seem like they're going to be in the background. So I don't know if they're actually going to be like fighting at the same time. We'll see, but that'll be really interesting. Like Zack and Billy interacting with their teenage selves, and then oh my god, oh Min and China and why am I saying
Rainy?
China the wrestler? Oh
I
my
was about to be
god,
like, China?
what the hell?
What?
Min.
Who?
That was
Since
so
when?
random. And you know what? I looked over and I looked at my China action figure. That's probably why.
Since when China was in Power Rangers?
Yeah, Trini. Like, oh wow, men will be able to see, not only just see her mom again, but to see her as a teenager and see her as a Power Ranger. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I'm definitely excited to see how that play out because just the idea of first of all having men be still mentioned in the Power Rangers lore and not just the one-off type of thing is always good because she's such a great character. So definitely am excited for that. A very interesting Power Rangers promo for the Reignition toy line came out recently. Well, I'm not gonna say recently. I think it was at a convention
at San Diego.
San Diego Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
At San Diego Comic-Con, they showed a very interesting commercial, and I think that it can go without saying that none of us actually cared for the promo.
Weird. It was weird. I don't know. So it looked like they used AI to do that, and I'm so sick of AI, but I gotta get used to it, I guess.
I don't think they did.
You don't think that was AI?
I genuinely don't. I don't think it was. I don't think it was AI exactly. Because I will say this. I will say this, and this is a argument that I personally like kind of feel like it needs to be digested and talked about, or at least deliberated on a little more. When people see certain things, they automatically now, since AI is such a topic of conversation, I even see it with another topic that we're going to be talking about later on in the show. But I think when people see certain things now, they automatically go, "This is AI. It's AI. It's AI. It's AI." And it's like, so CGI is no longer a thing anymore. Like I know that they're slowly trying to
Mm.
incorporate AI into certain things and stuff like that, but there are still provisions. Like there are
Mm.
still certain things that they have to get approved in order to be able to use AI in certain things. Like that's still a thing. That's always been a thing. And yes, I do understand that the fear of AI and how people just don't want it involved in things because they don't want it to take away jobs. I hear that. But A, I need for us to understand that yes, that is a fear, that is a thing. But we also need to understand that not everything is going to involve AI. Like there still can be CGI, there still can be digital renderings of things. And I think
Mm.
that whatever this was,
Mm.
whatever that was shown at San Diego Comic-Con, I genuinely do believe that that was probably just computer. That's
Mm.
probably just a computer simulation done because like literally it looked like what they did was they took the digital imaging of the toys, smoothed out the joint areas, and just basically just like made a very streamlined toy steel, toy shot steel thing where they just like took pictures and just basically like streamed it along and just
Mm.
made it a little more fluid. And that's it. Like that's what it gave to me. I mean, it was still
Mm.
ugly, but but that's what it gave to me. Um
Mm.
Now I know like there because I've also seen that argument online too, where people were saying that oh it's AI, it's AI, and I'm like, but we don't know that. We don't know that. A, it was grainy and it was from far back. So
Mm.
that's one thing. B, like I said before, not everything is AI. But go on. I didn't mean to take your time.
It's
Go ahead.
okay. So just how some of the AI videos that I've seen where um and you've seen them, it they're so like awkward how they start moving. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I thought that that was AI. They used the I think the base figures of the new reignition line, and then
Mm-hmm.
they were fighting the putties. They used voiceovers of the actors, the actual actors, the original six, but it was really weird because for some parts they were using the accurate actor with the accurate figure, but then others it was like Jason screaming while Zach was fighting, or Kimberly screaming while Trini's fighting, and it was like, wait, what? And then they of course had the Rangers calling for the Megazord. I'm in a couple of I have a couple of feelings. Number one, I love the '90s Power Rangers commercials. Those were a lot of fun. I have like those are some core memories watching the VHSs, and before the episodes would start, you would get the Power Rangers commercials, the toy commercials. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember them on real TV too. Those were fun, but it would have been really cool to see the action figures actually fighting, and I think that that would have been really cool. And
Yes, I agree with that 100%.
but now I don't know. And then I don't like the way the toys look. Maybe if like the Legacy or the Lightning Collection, excuse me, was doing that, maybe I think it would look better. I don't know. But I do you have any thoughts on that video? Either you anything else about it?
I mean, for me, I'm not gonna hold you. Despite it looking ugly, because that it did. It was ugly. Despite that, um, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it 100. I think the idea of it was actually a very good idea. I'm not even
Mhm.
gonna hold you. I think it was a great idea. Just executed poorly. I'm just
Mhm.
gonna be honest. I think it was a fab idea. If it were like you said, if it were the Lightning Collection figures and they did exactly that same thing with the Lightning Collection Zap Megazord,
Mhm.
that would have slapped so hard. I'm not even gonna hold you. I think that would have gone over 10 times better because like I said, it was a great idea. I'm not hating on it at all. Like I think that it was actually a great idea. Um, and just the way that they had the figures moving and stuff like that. Like we just it really was a good idea for a commercial, for a toy commercial.
Mhm.
But just it, because like you said, back then in the 90s, all they did was show just the toys and they showed the little kids playing with the toys, which is
Mhm.
cool. It did get us excited for it.
Mhm.
Action, satisfaction. Yes, Bandai. You feel me? Like it did get us a little excited. But, honestly, if they did do some stop motion with them toys, I think honestly, I probably would have appreciated it more or would have wanted it more.
Mhm.
But for the most part, they were always still toys, like still images. Um,
Mhm.
so I think the idea was genius. I just don't like how it was executed. That's all.
Mhm.
The Megazord fight, the way I'm not gonna hold you. Watching the Megazord move that fast was hilarious. Like it was
Right, that was so different. Yeah, it was actually doing like taekwondo,
that hoe was
that
doing
bulky
tornado
ass
kicks.
thing.
I said, wait a
Hmm.
minute. Like, wait a minute. Not the Megazord is doing tornado kicks. What is going
Hmm.
on? What is happening? Like that shit had me weak. I was in here dying laughing at that shit. But like I said, just poorly executed. What do you think, Lena? What was your opinion?
Oh my god, that was the limbs were stretchy. I felt like I was watching the whole thing being filmed in 0.5 angles, with the camera lens.
Hmm.
Yeah, I that whole marketing tactic did not make me want to go out and buy the toy for anybody. Like
Listen.
I saw it and I was like, is this AI? Like like is this actually real? Like I don't
Hmm.
know. Like it I don't know. It was so
Hmm.
unproportioned. I don't know what to think of it. I was watching it being like, I just felt like, honestly, truly, it felt cheap. It felt cheap. I felt like if they're gonna do that, I thought they were gonna put way more money into it and make it a better,
Yeah.
like a better commercial or a better like advertisement. Like these
Hmm.
toys did not move me. I was not wowed by it. I didn't feel the need to go out and buy it. Like I don't know. I just wish it was more.
Hmm.
That's
I wish it
real.
was, I wish it was more. I think like even like having I think okay, this is just a thought, like maybe even having like some of the actual actors coming back and doing like a fight scene with each other and it zooms out and Tressa's literally done playing with her toys. I think that would have been fun.
That's interesting.
That
I
actually
would
would
have
have been a good idea. I like that.
right? Like I would have been like, oh my God, I kind of want that because that seems fun. That seems cool. And that will actually encourage more people want to buy it because they're like, well, I mean, the Power Rangers have them. We must have them. Like
Hmm.
I don't know. I just could have been better. Like I really had no idea what I was watching until the very end, and I had to ask you guys like, what did I just watch? And you're like, oh, it was a toy commercial. I'm like, that was because I was confused. Like I was like, is this a new show that they're launching? Is this
Mm.
like I guess for me there was like nothing that specified that it was even a toy advertisement.
Yeah, it wasn't even really like specified until like the very end of the video. It was
Right.
just kind of like,
Right.
oh yeah, this is an
Right.
advertisement. It's like,
Right. So like you
I
made me
guess.
like so I guess as a consumer I'm like you had me sat there for I don't know how long the video was. So I'm sitting there being like, what is this? I think I'm more confused versus being excited.
That's real. I can
And
see that.
like I don't know. For me, like I feel like I think what catches people's eye when you're marketing something is like they have to know what they're actually even looking at, right? And
Right,
why
right.
why do they want this in their life? Why do they need this in their life? And none of that was what spoke to my soul. Like I was like, wait, is this AI? Is this a show? Like I'm playing the guessing game, and then by the time I got to the end, I was like, oh, well, why could you live with that?
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Like, geez, if I wanted to play Spot Wano, I would have done that, but like, or something along those lines. But yeah, no, I personally felt like like I'm not, obviously you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of the toys, but as somebody who is not a fan of the toys, it would be, I would be sold on it had it just been like slightly different. Like a really good example right now. You know how Blind Box has been super popular. People don't know what they're getting, but they like the idea that it feels a little risky. So they go out and they purchase the item, not knowing what they're even purchasing.
See that right there, that's too much for me. Like I'm not doing that.
Right. No, for
Like
sure. For sure. But what I'm trying to ultimately get at is that like that is the excitement.
right,
This
right.
did not get me excited. I was like, oh, okay. Now that I finally know what we're watching, what does the toy really look like now? Because like I don't like did they actually show you what the toys look like at the end? I forgot
Well,
completely.
they just showed like the
Ooh,
boxes.
Oh,
yeah, and
Yeah.
I
okay.
mean
So
we know what the I mean. Well, you mean like as far as like as a consumer who hasn't
yes,
seen them? Okay, I
exactly,
got you, got you, got
exactly.
you,
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. So as a consumer, I see them like, wait, did I even see what the toys look like? Like, but you guys said just the box, right? So then I guess I don't really even get to see the actual product that I'm supposedly investing my money in.
Yeah. That's
you.
actually a great point. That's a
Like,
great point. Like you technically don't see the toys. Like you
no,
see a digital rendering of them moving
yeah,
around,
right.
but
So
you don't really
like,
actually see the toy at
oh, like
all.
what size is it? Like, how does it fit in my head? Like I don't know. I just have so many questions. And that's so yeah. So I think when I saw that, you guys,
That's a
I know
great point.
you guys definitely shame me for being like, oh, well, you don't like toys. So I'm like, yeah, but as a consumer, I'm not even sold
Yeah,
on what I'm even looking at.
that's a great point.
Like,
That is
if
a
I want
great
to,
point.
you want me to throw money at something? Tell me why I throw money at you. Like look at the stupid
Mm.
Labubus for example. No one liked them, but all it took was one person to say, "Hey, I have a secret obsession, and my secret obsession is I collect Labubus." Now suddenly everyone was like, "What the frick is a Labubu? And how do I get my hands on one?"
Quick story. Literally, like where I work, literally, like there's a guy, he comes in every day and he literally stopped me one day and he was like, hey, so they're because I guess they have like a pop-up shop like right
Oh
at the
wow.
location near the location where I work. And he was like, yeah, I was gonna go buy some, and there was like a whole line of people standing outside waiting to get in, and there was a guy standing at the very front. Literally, he goes in and he buys every last one of them.
Yup.
Oh my
Freaking
god.
resellers. I hate
And
those
I
resellers.
then
don't like that
and I
shit.
was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I guarantee you he's gonna go resell them." But yeah, he went and bought every one of them, and they were like, and they had to tell everybody in line that they were closed, that they
See,
ran out.
I feel like when you see somebody doing like stuff like that, I feel like stores should put a cap on it. Because the
I
thing is,
agree.
Mm,
I agree.
it's fine that
yeah.
if you buy a whole box, because the whole idea is that you want one of each collection, right? And the idea is that if you buy the whole box, there's a good chance that there's not going to be duplicates, right? So I'm fine if you want to purchase the whole box, but limited so that is one person per box. And it still pisses me off till this day. And I'm going on this rant just because there are certain other like blind boxes that I've been really into blind boxes, okay? And there's certain blind boxes that I can't even get right now because the fact that people buy all of it. And then on top of that, resellers are now reselling for way more than it necessarily needs to be. And I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, why? Like, if you know this is gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen, cap it at a box per a customer. And so apparently they said they did, but this guy had several accounts that he made. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I don't care how many accounts that they make. If it's the same person standing in front of me with the same car, they're not purchasing it. And on top of that, my personal opinion, they need to go to the very back of the line to repurchase the next one if that's what they're gonna do.
I agree. I
So yeah,
agree.
I know. But yes, bottom line is this commercial did not sold me, did not tell me why I want one and why I should throw my money at it.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, you definitely brought up a very good point. So I can't disagree. I cannot disagree. Listen, like
All right. So, what is it? San Diego Comic Con, and you mean to tell me that they didn't have anything for Boom and Power Rangers? Like nothing new. They're not announcing the big event that we're going to get with Prime. We're not talking about upcoming issues, nothing. I think the only thing that they had was Amy Joe having a Boom panel, and she got to promote the return. I think that was about it.
I believe so. I mean, honestly, I didn't hear hardly anything of Power Rangers come from the San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you
And then
know,
the like with the toys, like I feel like this. Oh my god, just more frustration with how Power Rangers is handled because
Well,
that video, it was given amateur. I didn't love that video. Like I get the concept, I get it, but like
do
it
you though?
could be more.
If you have to explain it, I feel like no, it doesn't hit if you have to explain it.
It could. I just, in general, just think that they could be putting better effort and be more creative with
Oh, 100%.
with this, because
absolutely.
now, like I don't. I'm sure. Well, I'm sure you saw Brandon, but we have end caps in Walmarts with the reignition line with the action figures and the morphers. So that's pretty cool that Power Rangers is in stores again, and it's like technically new toys, but it's Mighty Morphin. But it's new. It's more new toys than we've seen in a minute. Like even with like well, obviously Cosmic Fury barely had anything, but Dino Fury, even Beast Morphers, like there wasn't really a lot in those aisles. And I mean, still, it's never. I don't think it's ever going to be 93, 94, 95 again, where you have
Oh,
damn near
never,
a whole aisle
never.
dedicated to
A
Power
whole
Rangers.
aisle.
They had risers. There was so many Power Rangers toys back there. Oh my god. But I'm not expecting that, but like it's just cool that there are like new toys again because we had a year without any new Power Rangers toys on the shelves for the first time. So what, since '92 before Power Rangers existed? So I don't know. I just like you're putting effort in Hasbro, but you're not really, and it just gets frustrating.
I mean,
It's nothing
I do
new,
kind of
but it's
feel
still
like
frustrating.
right. And that's kind of like pretty much my point that I was literally going to make. It's just like, but that's always been kind of the thing because it's like, I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Like, there's been a lot of talk about how, I mean, obviously, no, they're never going to say this out loud. So all of these are schmoomers, right? I don't know why I just said that, but a lot of this is rumors. But Like, based on the actions and based on the rumors that people have circulated around in the fandom, is that like Hasbro never really actually wanted Power Rangers to begin with. It
Yeah.
was, their president at the time, may God rest his soul, before he passed away, he was the one that wanted the franchise because he was best friends with Haim Saban. So
Oh, I didn't know that part. I didn't know he was friends
yes,
with
him
Saban.
and yes, very good friends. They were very good friends.
Wow.
And 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 he went ahead and he bought it from Haim Saban. So like, and he had all these big plans and all the things that he wanted to do with the franchise until his untimely passing. And then, of course, it's like you got a whole bunch of people sitting in these boardrooms, like, now we stuck with this shit that we don't want.
Mm.
So, yeah, that's when you really started seeing the decline of everything. Because remember, when we first got it, when they first purchased it, you remember all the long list of things of what they wanted to do with the show. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to have movies. We're going to have this. We're going to have that. Oh my gosh, it's going to be great. And, all of that was
X.
his idea.
Mm-hmm.
That was what he wanted to do before he passed away. So now it's like they struggling trying to figure out what the hell they want to do with it. And hopefully, I'm hoping, honest to God, I really am hoping that with the next topic that we're gonna talk about, I'm hoping that this really is a thing and that it does well, because it just has to. Like, everything is wagering on this. Like, it has to
Mm-hmm.
do well. And the thing that I'm talking about is the Power Rangers show potentially being filmed in London. So um people are like, there's a lot of talk here and there about, oh, is it real, is it this, is it that, oh, is it going to happen, is this a movie, what is it, oh my god, what's going on? Well, judging from, now, first of all, this came from the fan Wayne Guide of Ranger Board, basically confirming that Power Rangers production is listed in the Production Weekly list catalog, and it is a Disney Plus reboot. So it 9 times out of 10 will be on Disney Plus. Filming is planned for January 2026 in London, United Kingdom. Now, I found that to be particularly very interesting because of the fact that London, of all places,
Mm-hmm.
like, why London? And it's no shade to London. It really is no shade to London. But it's like, why London? And are y'all about to give us like, are y'all about to have this? Are y'all going to have the Power Rangers actually be people from London? Or is
I
this going to be a
doubt it.
situation where you're going to have a bunch of people from London, a bunch of actors from London speaking with American accents and saying that they're in California? Like, what are we
Mm.
doing? Because I would argue that actually I do think it would be kind of cute if the show actually was based in London.
Yeah,
Like,
why
if the
not?
actual series was based in London. Like, I would not argue that. I would think that'd be kind of cool. Because that'll give a fresh, different perspective. It'll be, we can learn, what could potentially be over there. That's like, what their customs could be, how they handle certain things, how they do certain things over there. And then we can also have people from London being like fact checking and being like, that's not true. We don't do that. Like, that's wrong. Nope. So I think that would be kind of cool, to be honest. Like, but what do you guys think? Like, what's your take?
I was really expecting and kind of hoping for California again, or
Hell no, we
even
too expensive.
I yeah, or even Vancouver because we talked
Yes.
about this we talked about this before. I think when we found out that they were leaving New Zealand, we talked
Mm-hmm.
about the idea of them doing Vancouver because they did the Arrowverse there. I think
Right.
they did Nikita there too,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't they do the movie there too?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so yeah, I think I'm kind of used to seeing that over the last decade or so. So I kind of was like hoping for that, for familiarity. I'm wondering what that's going to look like because the only thing that I can think of are like some of the Batman movies. Like I want to say Batman Begins and Batman, and maybe Batman Returns also were done in England. So those are like the only things I can think of, and then of course like Harry Potter. Those are like the only things that I can like really think of. And then like I'm thinking of what I saw in those films, and then what that would look like in the Power Rangers world. So I'm like, what is that going to look like? I
Yeah.
don't
I
know.
mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I am looking at the city, based on pictures of it, and I'm not gonna hold you. It is beautiful. Like the city itself is actually beautiful. Um, and I can definitely see them because like the thing is, this is gonna be pretty much all brand new footage.
Yeah.
So, the idea of them doing this and then doing kind of like, I don't know whether they're going to do CGI robots, or if they're going to do like people in suits, which I'm hoping they do because I'm sorry. If, listen, if anybody from Hasbro is listening to this show, which 9 times out of 10, probably not, but if anyone is listening, please, for the love of God, do not make the Robos CGI. If you do, that thing needs to have the budget of Pacific Rim. If it
Mm-hmm,
don't have the
mm-hmm,
budget of Pacific Rim, make some damn suits, make some rubber suits, and make a fake city of London and have these people in these damn rubber suits fighting and give us some pyrotechnics and all type of shit like how they do in Japan. Just do that. Just do that. We do not need anybody's CGI. We don't need it. We genuinely don't need it. If it's not going to be on like a Pacific Rim level, we don't need it. We
mm-hmm.
genuinely don't need it. Like, because this is going to be pretty much a brand new production. Like, it's not going to have any connections to the Japanese footage. So we can't be like, oh, well, we're going to take footage from Japan. We can't do that. So if it's going to be completely brand new, I'm sorry, we don't need anybody's CGI. We don't need it. Like, and honestly, if it's not on the same level as what's the baby name? Daijujin on Instagram. That's the mug who be using
Oh
the
man,
digital
right. Yeah.
renderings.
Mm-hmm.
Baby. Oh, he's whoever that is, he or she, them or they. I don't know. I don't know what they go by. I've never even seen the person. But whomever they are, that's who you need to hire. Okay, if you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be doing that, you need to hire him. Hire him because he will literally take the toy renderings and turn it into a work of art.
Mm-hmm.
Like every video that this person has done slaps. They ain't missed
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's literally like watching the toys in actual like form, and it
Mm-hmm.
looks good. And he even like mechanizes them a little bit to where it's like you can see the cogs and the rotators and all of that. Like
Mm-hmm.
it just looks so good. And I'm like, that is what we need. If you're going to do it like that. But
Yes.
don't give us nobody's 2017
Or
or
Winston Overton.
95. Definitely
Oh
not
my God.
95.
No.
Definitely
Or
not
once and
95.
or once and always.
Listen, hold on, because I got to say this. I got to say this. Once and Always was not that bad. It genuinely was not that bad.
We've
In
seen
my
worse.
opinion. We've
We've
seen
seen
worse.
worse, but
I
I
Yeah.
feel like it should have looked better.
It should have. It should have. I will most certainly agree. It should have looked better. But I must say, Once and Always looked 10 times better than both 1995
I was just gonna say
and
it looks better than what we.
2017.
It looks way better than what we've seen in a long time, so I can't even complain.
I don't think that 2017 looked bad.
Girl.
It was bad.
Girl. That thing looked terrible. I'm sorry. It did look bad.
It literally looked like they were what's the word for it? You know when you have like a miniature version of things and then you have someone moving it around? That's what it looked like to me.
Girl, oh, to me, I'm not gonna hold you. It just looked crazy. Like honestly, and like don't get me wrong, like I do like the one thing I will say that I did appreciate was how they scaled the Zords. They didn't make them look too big. And that was one thing in the behind the scenes that they talked about on the extra if you looked at the behind the scenes of it on the DVDs or like on when you watch the movie or whatever and you see the like the behind the scenes futurette or whatever, like they actually talked about trying to scale the Zords so that they don't look like they're just like stepping on buildings or like they can literally fit in between the buildings in the streets. So that gives you the idea that these Zords really aren't that big. Like they're actually like they're probably like the size a little bit bigger than 18 wheelers. Like they're really not that big. So, I appreciated that because I'm like, yes, for them to be able to walk down the street and fight these random ass monsters, if they so big like they are on the show, literally they not one can't even fit down the middle of a street. To be honest, one can't. So imagine them combining and now becoming this massive thing. Do you really think that all of them are going to be able to fit down the street? No, it's not going to happen. So I do appreciate them actually drawing them to scale. So I'm hoping that if anything, they follow that rubric from the 2017 movie. Don't follow how they looked, but follow at least the idea that these things can operate in the middle of a street. Same thing with the 1995 movie. Like exact same thing. Like those Zords look small in comparison. So, I appreciate when they do try to scale them to where they look like they can fit inside a city. Because in Japan, it's obvious that they move those buildings out the way so that the actors can get in there and fight. That's quite obvious. But yeah, but genuinely though, I really am excited. I really am excited about what this could possibly be. I'm not going to hold you. What I really would love to see, because I genuinely do think that they're going to probably redo Power Rangers, redo Mighty Morphin. Genuinely, I really do. Either they're going to do one or two things. Either they're going to redo Mighty Morphin, or they're going to do something completely different. They're just going to make their own series up. If they
I
redo
hope
Mighty
so.
Morphin,
I hope they make those series out.
I would hope so too. To be honest, I would genuinely hope so too. But there's a strong possibility that they just might just go ahead and give us Mighty Morphin again, but just with different people.
They could do Prime.
I mean, they listen. There's plenty of things they could do, like plenty of things. But I genuinely do believe I can see them pulling off Mighty Morphin. I can see it. Like it just I don't know. I feel it in my spirit.
But I'm curious now. Okay, thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're gonna do Mighty Morphin, how do you think the fandom's gonna react? Given the fact that they reacted very poorly to the 2017 movie.
They're gonna bitch, but they're still gonna watch it.
But they're still gonna watch it. Right. They're gonna complain, but they're gonna watch it.
True, true, true.
They're
But
gonna watch it.
I also do have another question. Because
Mhm.
they are planning on filming in London, I wonder what kind of like, I guess what kind of setting they're gonna be in. Like what kind of like,
I was wondering that too.
because like it's mostly gonna be raining and it's mostly gonna be dark.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
are they gonna make it more like a darker type of like, like what's the word for it? Like
Gritty.
yes, exactly. I'm picturing like Twilight for whatever reason. I'm picturing the
Or
Twilight
dreary,
movies.
maybe dreary.
Yeah, like that vibe. I'm like, I don't know. Like I can't really picture bright, colorful suits in London. I can picture like dull, colorful suits in London, but not
Mm.
bright.
You
You know
know,
what? That was
it's
something that
that's a
I
good
didn't
point.
know. Yeah, I didn't know how to vocalize that. That was something else that I was thinking about when I heard about London. Like, is
Right.
it going to be like what is it visually going to look like?
And then on
What's
top
the
of that,
atmosphere and tonally?
exactly. And then the other thing is like London's known to be very crowded from my what I'm understanding. I've never been there. I would love to. But
Mhm.
so what does that look like too? Like how are they gonna I guess the other thing is like what kind of powers are they gonna have? Are they gonna bring back transportation like sorry, what's it teleportation? There you go.
Teleportation.
Teleportation.
There you go. Teleportation. Because the fact that like there's no way you can tell me they're gonna Uber themselves to places. Or unless they
Mm.
unless they have like a tiny little motorbike that they're gonna motor themselves around. But I just don't see them getting from A to B fast enough. Okay. And then the other thing is like if they are fighting, are they gonna be fighting near water or like with the Megasaurs or where are they gonna be about? Because even with them scaling the source to size, I still don't see it being like a lot of space from what I
Right.
understood from London.
Right. And that's my point. That literally is my point. That's why I'm like, these Zords can't be that big. Like they literally can't be that big. They might just have to be the size of like tanks or some shit like that. But they can't be like the large, gigantic, sizes that we're used to on the TV show. Like that's just not what it's gonna be. So I can almost 100% guarantee it's going to be probably be given like in terms of the Zords and the scenes that we're probably going to get, it's probably going to be given more so like 2017. I hope they don't look like it, but in terms of the scale, that's what it's going to look like. Because literally, the Tyrannosaurus Zord, I don't know how much y'all remember from the movie, but the Tyrannosaurus Zord, literally, when he was fighting those putties, like literally, it wasn't even taller than a building. Like that Tyrannosaurus Zord was literally like neck and neck with a building, and the building didn't even look that tall. So I can imagine that Zord was probably like a smooth, like maybe if anything, maybe 2 stories, if that. So they don't look like they're that big, you know. So I will give it that. So I mean, it can be done, but I definitely agree with what you're saying, Lena. Like it really does kind of seem like that's what it's going to be given. Like, and then also too, they could definitely color correct it. That's another thing. They could color correct it. So even if it's dreary, they can brighten them colors a little bit. So
I
it
get
won't
that,
give
but
too dreary.
wouldn't that just cost like a lot more money that they could put that budget somewhere else? Like
Uh-uh.
They
I
Not at
would
would
be
all.
that
rather
much
no.
to do
Yeah,
that.
it wouldn't cost that much to color correct.
Okay,
Uh-uh.
I don't know. I
That
guess
that's
I'm
just
just
all that stuff is done in post. So that'll
mm,
that'll be fine.
mm.
Yeah,
This
it'll be
is
fine
true.
with that.
This is
The
true. But no,
oh,
but I am curious, and I'm curious as to the storyline and how they become Rangers. And I really do hope that, like, at the end of the day, they're going to do Mighty Morphin. I hope it's a new spin on Mighty Morphin. Nothing like Prime, nothing like what we've been getting for the past, like, whatever years. No, like, 2017 movie situation again. Not that 2017 movie wasn't, like, was bad. I'm just so you know. What I'm trying to say is that I don't want them to look like Iron Man robots again. I'd rather them
Mm-hmm.
have real spandex suits.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I did like the way that they, like they did deal with real problems. So I kind of like that aspect of it. So hopefully they'll bring some of that stuff back. And I do wonder if they're gonna go a little darker than the original, like Mighty Morphin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well,
Like,
I think I always say I think it's time to evolve things. So I think that I'd be okay with that. You know, we I think that this is a good segue into something else that you sent the chat talking about darker Power Rangers. But
hmm absolutely, I agree. So I'm glad you caught that. So there was a recent interview that was done with Joseph Kahn, the creator of Power Slash Rangers, which was released 10 years ago, over 10 years ago almost. Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Um and he was talking about his film, but somehow, they got on the subject of Power Slash Rangers. So the interviewer basically
hmm,
says, before we wrap, I have to ask about Power Slash Rangers. What inspired that short film and how do you look back on it today? Joseph goes, the initial idea around Power Slash Rangers was that it was made at a very angry time of my life. And I felt like I was being disrespected by studios in Hollywood, just like every other actor and director that doesn't get the roles they want, right? And I was like, I heard they're going to make a Power Rangers movie. Well, I'm going to be the Osama bin Laden of Power Rangers. Wow, that's a choice. And do a sneak
hmm,
attack and take my thing and crash it into their franchise, right? So I made the Impossible Power Rangers movie with a cheat code. I was going to make it violent. I was going to show killings and murders and blood and sex and tits and drugs and make the Impossible Power Rangers movie. And I was going to make people love it. And I was going to make it impossible for them to live up to that particular idea. That
Wow,
was the agenda.
there's a lot of impossible in that one statement, and a lot of tits
Yeah, right.
and
I was literally going to say that. Like, I
and
was stuck
very
on the tits. So I was like, oh, oh,
and
wow.
honestly, he sounds like he's trying to make a porn video versus
Right.
like the way he's like, I'm gonna make you like, are we being held hostage? Like, what is happening right now?
like, okay,
I,
I
this is
guess.
this is very aggressive. I don't know if I consent to this.
Like, I feel away. Like, it was a lot. But then he
hmm.
goes on to say that was the agenda and it was a joke. But the joke wasn't that it would be played winking to the audience. There was no winking. The joke would be that you would walk out of it and go, that was freaking awesome. Who said that? But then after
There
you
were,
go,
come on, there were a lot of people that said that at the time.
I mean, there was not really. Like there was very divided, very divided. But then after you go, I just liked a Power Rangers movie that had drug, sex, and killing in it and stuff like that. That's the joke. If I had to do it today, I would take it more seriously. I think there's ways to do it without having to resort to all of that. I can do a PG-13 version of it, and that's my maturity as a filmmaker. I'm confident that I can get that same reaction without having to press those easy buttons.
Okay, it sounds like to me you were gonna make a porn video with Power Ranger Bendix.
Listen, and that's
like,
kind of what Power Slash Rangers really was. It was literally
like,
just like it was just crime porn. Like it was gore porn. Because
I
literally,
mean,
like you had Zach
wow.
giving headshots to people. Like it
Oh,
was just like he's literally just
okay.
like walking through and just shooting people in the head and stuff. Like it was absolutely ridiculous. And then also like the amount of people that were murdered and the Rangers like unaliving themselves and all type of shit, drug overdoses. It was just like, what the hell is this? Like this is stupid. And like I remember, like to your point, Will, I do remember people being like, "Oh my god, this is great," But in the same vein, I also seen many people being like, "What the fuck is this? Like, this was stupid." So,
I feel like I saw
like,
that a little bit after. Well, I mean, I guess we didn't see everything at the same time. Like for me, when I either shared this with people or saw other people share it, they were like excited because like, oh my God, like this is, Power Rangers for me as an adult. I understand, I completely understand Power Rangers has always been something that had a message and had something that kids could watch. So I totally understand why some people didn't enjoy it. And then, like I said, some of the people that I saw that had a positive uh, thought of it, they were happy to see it aged up and to see it like potentially being able to compete with some of the other stuff that we have out there. I think that was that man's vision, and he like that was his vision. Like he said, he could do it without going that far, and I think that if you can find a happy medium, that might be something that people would like. I got vibes of it when we had the 2017 movie tonally, where it wasn't something that was like the 95 movie or like the series. It was something that had a little bit more maturity behind it. It still was, still some kids could watch. Still silly Power Rangers, but it had a little bit more of an edge that I think possibly was maybe a little bit inspired by Power slash Rangers. But I think that that's something that we need to find. Well, not we, but the people in charge need to find a nice balance of something that is familiar and classic to the series, something that kids could watch, but also something for the fans that were kids in the 90s that are adults now, where we're not feeling like our intelligence our intelligence is um, insulted or to feel like this is just dumb, because we don't necessarily feel that way when we watch Marvel films or DC films, dependent. Well, I guess depending on which ones we're talking about, but I think it's really important that they try to figure out something that appeals to everybody.
I agree. I agree 100%. And it's one of those things to me. Power Rangers has always been that anomaly to me that has always been the show that everybody it was that show that sparked literally the the idea that we can actually take superheroes and bring them to a TV audience as something as silly as the way it looks. Take that and actually bring it to an audience and say, hey, watch this and support this. And people actually do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with the toys and things like that. It was the first of its kind. I mean, yes, you had your shows like, The Incredible Hulk and Wonder Woman and Superman and all these shows. You had them, yes. But when you really look at these shows, at what they did and versus what Power Rangers did, Power Rangers was definitely the first of its kind. After that, you started seeing more and more shows start to feel more comfortable and be like, I'm gonna do this and take it and elevate it a little more. I'm gonna take what Power Rangers did and elevate it and turn it into this. I'm gonna take it and do this. I'm gonna take it and do that. So in a way, yes, Power Rangers really was the the it really was the blueprint. It was the blueprint to a lot of franchises. And I really do believe, and I've been saying this, and I keep on saying this, and I'm going to keep saying it with all my heart and with my chest. Power Rangers do not need armor unless it's a power up. They do not need armor. The charm of Power Rangers is the fact that they're wearing spandex. And the magic behind it is that this spandex is armor itself. So there are so many shows and so many franchises and so many movies that literally has pattern spandex that they get away with it. Hell, Shazam, all the children when they aged up after using that magic and become superheroes, what are they wearing? Spandex. Spider-Man, what is Tom Holland wearing? Spandex. All these people are wearing spandex costumes. I don't understand why we can't, for the life of us, have our audiences, why Hollywood automatically believes that Power Ranger audiences cannot imagine Power Rangers wearing spandex. Like it boggles my mind. It's like every time we get a Power Rangers, an American Power Rangers, they always want to slap armor on them. We don't need it. We don't need it. That's taking away from the magic of the show. And it's like, if anything, if we're going to bring Power Rangers and do its thing, go back to the roots. Go back to literally what makes Power Rangers Power Rangers. A bunch of teenagers in spandex fighting rubber monsters. Boom, that's all you need. You don't need all the extra fancy shit. Like, literally, you just need that, and you got Power Rangers. And I think that, personally, I think that if they were to go ahead and just keep it that simple and keep it that cute, I think this show will be fine. Speaking of shows that will be fine, people were saying that Kamen Rider Zest or Zesty, however they want to say it, I don't know how they pronounce it, but I'm gonna say Kamen Rider Zesty for now because I like it. Kamen Rider Zesty was they're saying that they're using AI and all this shit, whatever. Once again, same argument. But
I don't see that here.
What, the video?
Actually don't see that here. It looks like CGI.
Yeah,
exactly. And practical.
And practical, yeah. And that's my thing. It's like there was a whole argument on Twitter, a whole argument for days when that trailer came out. And people were just like, I'm not supporting this. And people had to put their advocacy hats on and just, I'm not gonna support, I'm gonna turn my nose up at it. And no, I won't support it. No, because it has AI. And I'm like, first of all, go fuck yourself. Secondly, like, if you're doing all of, like, first of all, my thing is this, right? I hear the whole thing of I have my morals and blah 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 blah. Girl, whatever. Do you? I don't give a shit. However, what I don't like are the people that are so hell bent on them and their morals that they try to ban other people, and they try to get other people to go online with them, and if they don't, now all of a sudden they're bad people because they're not falling in line with what they believe in. I have a huge problem with that. First of all, as I stated earlier, the show doesn't even, like, everybody keeps saying, oh, AI, because that's the topic of conversation right now. But shows still use CGI. Plenty of shows use CGI. I don't understand why that is so difficult for y'all to understand. Plenty of shows use CGI. Not everything is AI, y'all. And it's like, y'all literally will get y'all panties up in a bunch, raise your blood pressure, and all this stuff. I was about to give yourself an aneurysm and shit over something that potentially isn't even there. And it's like, I'm sorry, but if you have to overly emote and you have to overly project like that, it ain't that important to you. It's not that important to you. Because if it is that important, you wouldn't say anything. You would just not support it. I don't know how many times I have literally seen something that I didn't like and didn't say anything about it. I just didn't support it. I don't have to overly vocalize, oh my goodness, this has that in it, or this has this actor, or blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to support it. I just don't watch it. Plain and simple. You don't get my support. But to all of a sudden put on your social justice hat and try to tell other people that, oh, you're not a good person if you support this, and I'm not going to support this because girl, you sound like a tool. You sound like a fucking tool. Like, you sound stupid. And it's just like, it just really gets under my skin when I see people do that. Because what you're doing is you're literally first of all, you're being a fucking vacuum and sucking the fun out of everything. Number one. Number two, you're also putting in people's heads to not support something, even though you don't have any valid reason or any valid evidence that support your claim. You just spitting shit out the dome based on what you think you see, which was literally a fucking trailer, not the show, a trailer. Like, I genuinely feel like these people that do stuff like that, they should be ashamed of themselves, but they're not, obviously. But they should be ashamed because you sound stupid. And it just really just gets under my skin when I see stuff like that. And that's why, I feel like I have matured and I'm getting better because I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything to anybody. I just let people rock, have their stupid ass opinions, and let it go. But but it really does get under my skin when I see stuff like that, because I'm like, now I'm thinking on behalf of the other person who's watching it. I'm like, there was somebody who probably was sitting there excited about Kamen Rider Zesty, probably super excited, and now somebody that they follow or whatever have you, somebody that they think is a good person on social media to follow, who probably have good takes or whatever have you, now sitting here talking a whole bunch of stupid shit and a bunch of nonsense. Now they done probably put a bad taste in their mouth, and they don't even know what they're talking about. Because as we do know, this fandom definitely has a whole bunch of people who literally will just follow anybody and agree with anybody. So it's just like, I really need for people to, I'm gonna wrap this up, but I really just need people to be smart with their platforms and also be smart with the way that they articulate things. Lastly, because I don't know about y'all, I'm loving it. I love how it looks. Like, I'm super excited. They already then introduced Kamen Rider in the summer movie. And he looks fab. He looks fucking amazing. So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, like, I'm really excited about Kamen Rider Zesty and what they're gonna do. Lastly, I wanted to bring up something. Um, I just seen this on our on social media. So not allegedly. So Hustle Matters just literally posted. I literally just saw this. Hustle Matters posted a I guess a video of RJ Cyler talking about joke was talking about Walter, and was asking if there was any beef between him and Walter E. Jones, who played Zack or Mighty Morphin.
Someone asked him if he had any beef. Why the hell would somebody ask that question?
Yeah, right. Child, I don't know. But apparently, while speaking on the Malcolm and Friends panel at Comic-Con this past weekend, actor and panel host verbally rapping, jokingly asked RJ Cyler if there was any beef between him and Walter E. Jones or if they wanted to dance battle. RJ took the moment to show love to Walter and the OGs, but not before playfully calling them old. LOL. So, yeah, literally he goes in caps. We don't got beef, but we all know who can get down. What's cool is that take two. We don't got beef, but we all know who can get down. What's cool is all of the older Rangers are still young, moving, fluid, and can still fight. I'm pretty sure Walter is a vampire.
I mean, I feel like it was like a backhand compliment.
Oh, very much so. It was very much so a backhanded compliment. But he's not wrong.
But he's not wrong. Like,
I think Walter is a vampire.
Also, I want to know why do they think that they have beef?
Right.
I guess the guy was. They said that the guy who asked it was jokingly. He jokingly asked.
Yeah, I mean, he was joking, but I'm just like, is that something that was behind the scenes?
Yeah,
that was unnecessary though.
Yeah, that could become like a news story.
Yeah, that wasn't necessary at all. Because from what I understand is that like they're all in the same circle.
Yeah.
So I don't see why they would have that's just random. That's just how rumors get started.
Right. That's literally what I thought. I was like, that's how rumors get started. Like
sir.
Because why
why would you do that? Like that's just, and that's so awkward too to ask.
The reason why I brought it up was because like I'm like, oh, RJ Cyler, like, and he's, talking about he's talking about, I guess, like him and Zach, and he's giving reverence to the OGs, because I mean, technically, like he was playing a revised version of the OG characters. So, it was like, obviously he's going to give reverence and, and respect the originals. But I just found it so interesting that they were like, that's a thing. And it's like, okay, guys. All right. But yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, I feel like it was definitely done in fun. I genuinely do believe that. I think it was done in fun. But like you said, Lena, anybody can take that knowing that it was a joke and still be butthurt by it. Because I'm pretty sure if you look in them comment sections, there's going to be that one fan that's going to be there who's going to be like,
I see you were disrespecting Walter.
Yeah, right. Exactly. There's going to be that one fan that's going to be like, why is he disrespecting the OGs? Oh my God. Like, he's so wrong for that. Oh my God. Like, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. And it's just like, why would you ask something like that to even give people that kind of energy to do it, That's the only thing that really just kind of got me. I was just like, fuck, man. Now RJ is going to probably have people coming after him and probably trying to say, oh, well, that's why your Billy sucks. I don't like your Billy anymore.
Well, that is not accurate, but okay.
People. They're gonna be like,
so
well,
silly.
he's not like the white Billy from the 90s. It's like,
it's
we know how
honestly,
fans are.
It's just like, I just don't understand why people need to say certain things like, or ask certain questions like that. Like, do the interview. I'm assuming he was promoting something, right?
Yeah.
So just stick to that.
New show. Was that a show or a film?
Oh, child, I don't know.
My point is that he was obviously to promote his new project. Focus on the project. Like, why are we asking about Walter Jones and like they haven't even shared a screen together.
Right. And forever.
So it's like, I feel like it would only be relevant if they had shared a screen together, but they have not.
They have not.
Why bring this up? Like, why are you causing drama in 2025 with two black men of all people? Okay.
Gosh.
Okay,
Child.
I'm just saying. Like
They
this.
didn't think that one out.
We don't want to take any more of your time. we listen. I told like on the previous version of our recording, I did say it was going to be a very long episode, but you know what? We
I
didn't.
mean, we did it, and you know what? The previous episode, we were drunk on after hour BS. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Girl. Okay, we were really going ham. Like it was great. Like
Oh my
so
god.
maybe perhaps there was a reason why that thing cut out on us because we
Honestly,
were really
it
going ham.
it was telling us like, Beach, you do not want this out there, okay?
You don't want that out there.
We're just gonna cut you right now. You're gonna get like we're gonna cancel you before you actually get some stuff started on the interweb, okay?
No, for real. No, for real. Oh, we are missing one thing. We are missing one thing. One last topic. And
Speaking of
then
rumors, I'm kidding.
right. I mean, this technically is a rumor, technically.
Speaking of
Technically.
rumors,
You know, it could
know.
fall into the line of rumors. But so there was an event that happened a few weeks ago. Where the Funko Pops, the Power Rangers, the movie Funko Pops, they're celebrating the 30th anniversary, right? And of course, the movie cast came to Funko Hollywood, and where yours truly also was there. I will tell that.
Oh,
Yeah, I was there. I went.
We did not know that.
you didn't say anything.
You didn't even send us photos. You didn't even post photos.
I did not. I didn't post any photos whatsoever. And it's funny.
Hello.
It's funny because I honestly didn't even think of it at all because I had literally a one track mind on the situation. Like it was very one track. My coworker. So I'm a quick story. So one of the this content creator, Power Rangers content creator, shouts out to Toy Turd on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He came by my job.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even realize that he's come to my job, and he comes there a lot apparently. Never seen him. I only seen him on that day. And he popped up and he was just like, "Hey." And I was like, "Oh my god, hi." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to the event." And I'm like, "You're going? Oh my goodness, yes. Like I'm gonna go later, but I'm hoping that they don't close because I don't get off until 4 o'clock." And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's going to 5 o'clock. So yeah, you should be able to go. I got my wristband now, so I'll just go ahead and go early and get it done, and be done with it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So me and my coworker, we were planning on going, and I told my coworker, I'm like, "Hey, like I'm gonna go run down there and pick up my wristband. Are you coming?" And he was like, "Well, Brandon, are you sure you want to do that? Because I mean, you can't do that on your lunch break because you ain't got that long." I'm like, "But I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out." So I did some things I shouldn't have done, and I took my behind down there and I got my wristband. Luckily, they only had wristbands for 4 o'clock, 4 to 5, which I was like, perfect. That is exactly what I need. And also the security guard that gave me the wristband was cute. Anyway, so end up getting my wristband, and then I wore it around all day. I was hiding it from my manager so that they didn't see it. And then went ahead after we were done, ran on out. I reapplied my eyebrows and a good lip and threw on some street clothes and ran out the door to go ahead and get to Hollywood Funko. Well, I get there and immediately, like, we get inside, and basically, like, Hollywood Funko is actually a really nice looking place. Like, if y'all come back to LA, like, that's where we're going first. Like, I have to show y'all Hollywood Funko. It's really freaking cool in there.
Mhm.
But we went inside and they had the actors in this area where they were like sitting at their booths, and you basically do like this like circle. You enter in one way and then you like complete like a whole circle. And the way they had it running was actually pretty smooth. Literally you had somebody with an iPad, they're sitting there like, hey, how many Funko Pops you want to buy? You pay for them, then you follow the line, and then you stand there until someone lets you go further, and then that's when you go and you meet the actors. I bought two Aisha Funko Pops
Oh.
because obviously Yellow Ranger, and also Karen Ashley was there, so I wanted her to sign them both. One I bought one for myself and one for my friend. So obviously saw Steve, was like, "What's up, Steve?" Steve was like, "Yo, what's good?" I'm like, it's Steve. What's up? You know what I'm saying? We have our little moment. Then I get to Karen immediately. Like the amazing person that she is. Karen is just like, so we hug each other and we're having a girl moment. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see Johnny. Johnny left early.
Mhm.
And Paul, um, oh gosh, the guy who played Ivan Ooze. Oh my goodness, what's his last name?
Paul Freeman.
Freeman. There we go. Paul Freeman unfortunately had to cancel, so he wasn't there.
Oh.
But it was Johnny, Karen, Steve, and Amy. And like I said, Johnny already had left by the time I got there, so I wasn't able to see Johnny. But I was able to say hey to Steve and Karen. We got to Amy. Once again, this is just my experience. This is just my experience. This is nothing against her or anything like that. She prefaced us by saying she was tired. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
I'm not gonna I'm
Oh.
not gonna disrespect. I'm not gonna throw no sort. I don't want nobody to be like, she's a terrible person. I don't want that. That's not what we doing. But yeah, she said she was tired.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. And I didn't buy a pop. I didn't buy a Pink Ranger pop, but my friend did.
Mhm.
And I will say, he left very disappointed. He
Oh.
Mhm.
left very disappointed.
That's
Um,
unfortunate.
yeah, he was not very. I mean, because Kimberly was like his all-time favorite Pink Ranger of all time,
Yeah. I can
and
see that.
he was so excited. When we were at work, he was just so pumped. He was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to meet Kimberly. Oh my god, I've been waiting to meet her like forever. My whole life, I've been waiting for this."
Honestly, I can totally understand where he's coming from. Like,
And yeah, and
yeah.
just the way that yeah, I was like, "Oh
I
baby."
I don't know what his interaction was like, but it was anything like mine. I drove 14, 15 hours to South Carolina so that I could purchase a book and a signing from Nicholas Sparks, the guy who wrote The Notebook, A Walk to Remember, so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, he said something very similar in those regards. Like, I had a very long day. And I was like, yeah, my ass drove 15 hours. I got hit by a deer. I,
Oh
I,
my god.
like, yeah,
What?
like, yeah, a deer came out of nowhere and hit my tiny little, like, Toyota Yaris at the time. And
Jeez.
the whole entire front fender, like, fell off. I had to, like, duct tape it together so that I
Oh
could drive
my
the rest of the way
god.
home. I got pulled over for speeding because
Oh my god.
it was like the first time that I drove in America, like on my own, and I didn't
Mhm.
understand the conversion, right? So I was going like very fast, apparently, um, very fast. So that was a $230 ticket. Like months later,
Damn.
yeah, because um they couldn't give me a ticket right away just because I had a like obviously Canada license plates.
Mhm.
So they had to like send it to Canada. So I had to like, anyways, it was a whole process. Basically, I didn't even get the ticket till like a month later, and then I had to send like a whole entire check over to pay it because they said if I didn't pay it, there'll be a warrant out for my arrest the moment I cross
Oh
the
my
border again. Yeah, it was
God.
like very intense. And I was like, well,
Damn.
I do plan on coming back to the States. So, like, I don't want to forget about this so-called ticket because I do not want to be arrested, you know? So, yeah. So I got a ticket, got hit by a deer, and I shit you not, I don't know why, but I've like everyone always says like, be careful for the small town cops. It was nighttime. I truly thought it was the end of us. I thought he was gonna murder us. Do you not ask me why I thought that? Like, don't true crime girly me was just like, I don't trust no small town cops. Never trust them. And I was like, and like, I don't know. Anyways, I did all of that. Drove overnight just for him to be like, I had a long day. And I'm like, well, shit. I guess compared to my day, you must have had a long day. I only, got hit by a deer, got a speeding ticket, drove overnight without any sleep just to get all the way here to get a book signed by you because I absolutely admire his work for him to complain about himself. I left utterly disappointed. Disappointed enough, but unfortunately, my rear end did not learn because, again, when I was younger, in my 20s, our frontal lobe didn't develop. So I said, let me give this man one more chance because he had a new book that came out a year later. And I did the exact same thing. This time, thank God, I did not get pulled over and I did not hit a deer. I went and did the signing. And guess what? The first one was even more disappointing than the second time was even more disappointing than the first time.
Oh no.
So at this point, I have now learned my lesson, and I do not plan on meeting Nicholas Sparks ever again. But I will say I still admire his work, and I still thoroughly enjoy his work. And I think that's where I will keep it at from now on with him.
And that's exactly how my friend feels. Like, he's not, I mean, he was like, I'm just happy that I met her, but I could tell like he was hurt.
He was not
Like,
happy. He's
he
gonna
wasn't
dwell on
happy.
that. He's gonna dwell on that interaction, and he's gonna try to do everything in his power to make it feel like it was a great interaction. Because the fact that he's gonna be denied for a little while. Because that was also my impression when I met Amy Jo Johnson also. And you all know how much I love Amy Jo Johnson. Like, you all know. I just never talked about it because
Yeah, you did.
like, listen, every experience is gonna be different, right? And that's why, like, I
Mine
didn't.
was.
Lucky you.
See, and that's my
Yeah.
point. That's my point. Like, your experience was much different, and like, and I'm pretty sure many other people can attest to that as well. Like, they probably were like, they probably caught her on a day where she wanted to do it, and she, gave them like a really positive experience. Whereas me and Lena caught her on days where she didn't. And
Well,
it's just like, it is what it is.
And you know what's crazy though too? I actually caught her when she willingly did this on her own. When she dressed up.
Oh yeah, when she dressed up in the Pink Ranger costume.
Yes. So like, and then the funny thing, again, I supported her again too, where she had a movie premiere and I went out to it and she invited everyone to like,
right,
to the drinks. And I went and like she only like stuck in her circle. It was really awkward. I was like, maybe I should have come because I don't know now. Like, this is awkward. She didn't even try to talk to anybody. Like, she just stuck to her circle and that was it. That was it. And when I tried to approach her, like, we made eye contact a couple times, but she didn't like go out of her way to try to say hi to me. And it was really awkward because then I got to the point where I'm like, I don't know if she meant everyone should have came or she meant the people she wanted to come. I'm just gonna finish my drink and leave. That was awkward.
Yeah. I mean, and I mean, my situation was the exact same. It was the exact same. It was just kind of like, because my friend was like, he was there to get his pop signed from her because, like, with me and Karen, like, immediately as soon as Karen saw me, she was just like, "Hey, girl!" Like, I mean, we literally like had a moment.
Honestly, I feel like Karen I mean, I never got the opportunity to meet her as often as you do, but she always makes you feel so welcome and so warm and so like seen.
Mm-hmm. Like
And that's what I
she's super
appreciate.
sweet. She's
Yeah,
I,
like I
super sweet.
yeah,
appreciate that.
I remember when I met her the first time at Morphicon 2. I remember being up. So how was that set up? Like it was down in this big hall in the I think it was in the was that the Sheraton? No, it was at the convention center. So there was like a hall where all of the tables were, where the actors were, and the crew, and then there were some other tables with like toys and art and all that type of stuff. And upstairs, I think that was like an entrance upstairs, and then you came downstairs to get to the floor. So when I was upstairs, I saw her arrive, and we locked eyes, and then she was like, "Hi," and then it was a couple of hours later, and it was when I got the opportunity to actually like talk to her and take a picture with her. She remembered me. She's like, "Oh, hey, I saw you earlier. Hi, how you doing?" Like, I was surprised at that, and that was that. Oh man, I'm just having like flashbacks right now because like that whole day was just like amazing. That whole, I guess, it was a couple of days because I was out there. I think the whole can actually maybe like two of the 4 days. Ah, what a time! What a time! That was so fun. But that was a great moment. I always remembered her being really nice and remembering me.
And I mean, to me, that's how it should be. Like you should have that kind of memory. And I just wish that literally, like my coworker had that because, like,
Mm.
I always talk to him about like how my interactions are with meeting the Rangers, and because I talk about my podcast at work, and about me meeting the Rangers and stuff, and like that was his thing. He was just like, because he's also a Power Rangers fan as well. And he was just like, oh my gosh, like I cannot, I like the whole, he talked about it for a whole week. He was like, I cannot wait to go to this with you. Like, it's gonna be my first
Oh,
time. I'm so excited. I get to meet
that's so
Amy.
sad.
I'm so
Oh,
excited. And for him to be let down
like
like that was
yeah,
like, it broke my heart. Like, I
honest.
was actually more hurt than anything else because I was like, I was literally
Be-
positioning this for him, being like
yes,
getting him, helping to get him
yes,
excited just for
yes,
this to happen.
yes,
And Karen was loving on him, and she didn't even know him. She just knew
yeah,
that he was with me. And she was
yeah.
just like, "You're
Well,
Brandon's friend?
hopefully,
Oh, hi,"
yeah. Like,
and
hopefully she made up for that experience because, like,
yeah. I mean, definitely he was ranting about how much Karen was so sweet and how much he
yeah,
liked Karen. So I mean, I definitely like the fact that, at least Karen made him feel
yeah,
good.
which is
Um,
good.
so that was good. But I was just like,
Yeah.
damn, that
I
really made me sad.
I mean, it's just so unfortunate because, like, ironically enough, I will say this: Amy Jo Johnson is an actress. Regardless whether or not she wanted to be there, she obviously has some kind of contract that she is there. So the least she could do was pretend to be happy.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
yeah.
just saying. I'm just
And
saying.
we don't know how she was for the first however many hours she was there.
No,
Right, right, right.
I get that, but again, like this is now reverting
Yeah,
back to the
it's
fact that like
unfortunate. Yeah.
it's an event that you're supposed to be at,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And that like
Yeah.
you gotta put on a certain like it's kind of like us at work when you're
You're being
customer
paid
service.
to do it. Yeah.
Exactly, like you're at customer service. You like like you and Brendan, like you guys are very much in customer service fields now. Like just because you feel like crap, you're not gonna be like, hey, customer, how can I help you? I feel like crap today. So actually don't tell me your problems because I don't get like you're not. You're gonna be like, hey, how can I
Mm.
help you? Okay, sounds good. Like you're on the job. It's like any other
Mm.
job. You're on the job. You're expected to be a certain way. At the very least, make small interaction. I don't know.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's not like she's not like aware of how much people truly like,
Love her.
relate to her. Exactly. Love her, relate to her character. admire her. Like, regardless how my interaction with her went, I still love her stuff. I
Yeah.
still wholeheartedly support her, right? So it's not like it's not like I'm telling people like I'm don't get wrong, everyone just saying I don't dislike Amy Jo. I really still very much like her. I just I'm talking in general as a whole too. It just sucks that when certain people are there at an event, the least they could do is, put up a front a little bit more, right? Like,
Mhm.
regardless of what kind of day you're having, regardless of whatever, right? You are there for a reason, and your personal matters shouldn't be involved, especially when people, paid lots of money to even see you. And some people make
Mhm.
travel plans to come see you, right? Like,
Mhm.
as you know,
Right.
with conventions, a lot of people fly out from different places, especially if they're like, well, this person
Okay.
never comes to my city. Let me go fly out to see them. Like
Right.
it's I don't know. It's just unfortunate, right? And like as a whole, like I said, like I'm not talking with just Amy. I'm talking about like my experience with Nicholas Sparks. Like he doesn't know I drove 15 hours to go see him. I get that, but again, he chose to be there on his own accord to sign books.
Yeah.
That he's promoting his new book. Like the least you could do is thank the person for coming, make them feel a little special, and have small talks. Like it's it's really not that hard. If I get paid what back then in the day, I got paid $5.50 to do it. You're getting paid way more to do it. You could do it.
Yeah. It's weird. Like I definitely, like I said, the way I positioned it, it was just kind of like, damn, like I wanted him to have a good time. And the fact that, it was just like I could tell that he was let down. It made me feel bad. And like I'm just glad that I'm just glad that Karen at least made him feel a little more included and
Mhm.
made him feel good. And I was just like, okay, all right, cool. I feel good now. Like, I feel good about that. But the main event just let him down. And I was just like, damn, you know. But I mean, like I said, when we were talking about it at work, he definitely was like, oh, like I have a newfound love for Karen. And like we spent like almost like half the day just like making references to Aisha like all day. So like, I do think that
I'm happy that at least like now, and that's just how it is sometimes. Because like I'm with you, like there are certain actors that we meet that I didn't expect them to give us like the royalty treatment, and they do, and I'm like, wow,
yeah,
I
yeah,
have a newfound
yeah.
love for you. Like, thank you, I really appreciate that.
Exactly. And I mean, he definitely like he has a newfound love for Aisha, and I'm like, I love that. Welcome. Like, welcome over to the fold. Like, now you understand why I loved Aisha. Um, and we just like geek out over Aisha all the time now. So like it had a positive at the very end.
Mhm.
It still turned out to be somewhat positive. But yeah, I just wanted to share that, and also too, we got on a long tangent about that, but the reason why we brought that up was because David Yost did
David
not
wasn't
show up.
there.
David was not there, and he actually is doing a con somewhere else promoting the 30th anniversary, um,
Interesting, interesting. I
which is
wonder.
very interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if Amy and David are. I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. This is not like I'm not starting to start a rumor. Okay, I'm just joking.
If you could see my face right now, I'm like, wait, what?
Because you know how like Amy and David are best friends.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I get you. That's why I'm like, wait a minute, no.
I'm not starting
Um,
rumors. I'm just
yeah,
BSing. Okay.
yeah. That I actually posed this as a topic because I thought that was very interesting because it's the 30th anniversary of the movie. we only have five of the six the Rangers at least, five of the six Rangers alive now. So, what a great opportunity to at least uh, to see as much as everybody together as we can since we don't have JDF here. And then one of them doesn't go. That's so interesting. I mean, it's very possible that he was working or he had another commitment, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I just like personally, I just thought that it was funny because it's always that thing of you can try to get all of them there, but one of them isn't going to show up. And
Mm-hmm.
we've been fighting to get the original team together for years. For
Mm-hmm.
years. And
Mm-hmm.
now we got the anniversary, the 30th anniversary of this movie. And once again, you still can't get all of them in the same room together. It's just, and David lives here. He lives in
Mm-hmm.
WeHo right down the street. And it's just like, damn, really? You know? So it was just like, I don't know. And once again, like you said, like we don't know his schedule. We don't know what could have happened. You know, he could have honestly, he probably was busy with or booked with something else. But it's just like, damn, the unfortunate timing of it all. You know, it's like, damn, you got booked or you're busy with something on the same day as the 30th anniversary by signing day. Because like, what would have been the odds that all five of them showed up?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You would have
if
thought they were pretty good odds, but nope.
like all five of them showed up, like I promise you, that place would have been like like tables would have flipped over if all five of them were there. Like that's just like because that would have been the first time that ever happened, where you got the full Mighty Morphin team together in one place. The full team. That's never happened. That's never
Mm-hmm.
happened.
Honestly, it's looking like it never will
And it's
at
honestly
this
looking like it
point.
never will. And it's just
I
like,
don't think.
damn, y'all.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, just realistically, I think there's some other actors that don't get along. So I think
Yeah.
that's probably why. And like from the different the different generations of the Mighty Morphin era, all you have to do is look at who's been seen together over the years in recent years, and you'll you'll see.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's like, yo, like and I've said this hundreds of times, right? And I mean, all of this stuff, this is all like alleged. Like we don't really know for sure, right? But I've said this many times. If you look at the optics of it and think about the fact that all five of these people, if all five of these people, and obviously we can't have JDF because JDF is no longer here. But if all five of these people showed up in one room, all five, just the movie cast, showed up in one room, do you not know how much money they could make?
Mm,
Like seriously, like they could charge out the wazoo and people would gladly pay it.
mm,
Like they could really charge outrageous prices and people would pay it because
mm,
that would be the first time ever that you got the entire Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie cast in one place. Like that would be insanity. And just for the life of me, I just don't be understanding why they just don't take that opportunity and try to monetize it. Because the way I would be like, yo, can we put our petty squabbles to the side? Can we put this beef to the side for like 2.5 seconds and smile for some pictures?
mm.
Because I'm trying to get this coin. I'm trying to get
Yeah.
this coiniana. and I'm about to charge these motherfuckers out the wazoo. Okay,
Oh,
I'm about
God.
to charge these fans. I'm about to charge them. So, do you want to get this money or not? Do you want to get the coin or not? You feel me? Because like at this point, it's just like, damn, y'all got all this money on the table. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it strictly business. Y'all got money on the table, and nobody's grabbing it. Everybody is being individualistic and just pulling at coins from off the side of the table, but nobody's reaching in the pot. Y'all all try to have y'all own personal little conventions where it's like me being the solo ranger showing up one time only. Ooh, come see me. And it's like, that's cute and all, but you grabbing corners. You pinching pennies. Where there's a pot of money sitting right in the middle. All you got to do is just sit here and smile with a bunch of people. And that's it. And you could be grabbing that dough, grabbing all the money on the table. Because we fans, we gonna spend it. To get all 5 of these people, that's a legendary experience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, y'all, for whatever reason, cannot get it together. And it just, for the life of me, it really makes me sad. It really does make me sad that they choose to not work together. If anything, like I said, I'd be like, give me the money. Give me the money. Like, we gonna be together? Okay, cool. Let's do this. Because I'm trying to get this coin. I'm trying to get this coiniana. Let's go. If I got to smile and be fake, I'll smile and be fake. But I know I'm about to charge these fans $100 a pop. Let's do this. Let's get this money. So I don't know. It's just, it's weird. Like, it's really weird. And I mean, honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. I would pay it. I would be that fan. I would pay it to get all 5 of them, even though I already have literally like half of their autographs anyway. But to get a picture with all 5, I pay it. Absolutely. So I don't know. It's just, child, I'm just gonna leave that where it is. I'm gonna let the fans, let the listeners deliberate. Y'all tell us how you feel. Like, let us know what y'all think in the comments. If you listen to the show, let us know what you think. I know we got our listeners over in London. Shouts out to y'all. Like I said, let us know what you think. And yeah, we gonna try to catch y'all when we can, okay? Because we might have to take another hiatus, but it's okay because we gonna try to come back. We gonna try. But yeah, so much love, and we will see you next time. My name is Brandon.
My name is Lita.
And my name's Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.